Welcome to the video lecture series of the course Computer Organization and Architecture. In previous class, we have talked about the bus architecture, which is used to connect various components, how components can transfer their data from one place to another place, and if various components are connected through a common bus, how bus is provided to a particular component which is requesting for the bus. So, in present class we will talk about the register transfer language and how transformation operation can be represented using different symbols. So, in general the system can be specified using a set of registers which are used to perform various transfer operation, because micro operation can be defined by the transformation of content from one register to another register. So, the set of register will be the part of our organization, and the sequence of micro operations performed on the binary information stored in the register. What sequence is to be generated by the control unit. So, that sequence is also the part of defining any organization, and finally, the control unit that initiates the sequence of micro operation. The symbolic notation used to describe the micro operation transfer among register will come under this topic, register transfer language. How symbolically the transform operation, the transformation of data from one register to another register is presented, that will come under this topic. So, before going in detail of this, let us have a differentiation between register and memory. Registers are internal part of the processor and primary memory is the external part of the processor. In general, registers are very fast accessing devices and memory are comparatively slower. So, whatever data or operand is required by the currently being executed instruction is to be available with register. Register will hold the data which is immediately required by the processor during the execution of any instruction, and after execution the intermediate result will also be stored in the register first. However, memory will store those instructions which are required in a sequence or which are currently executed by the processor. So, this is the basic difference between register and memory. The operation of register is very fast in comparison to memory. There are various examples of register like accumulator register, like MAR, memory address register, memory data register, program counter register, instruction register, general purpose register from R0 to Rn minus 1 as we have seen in last class, and examples of memory are RAM and ROM like. So, during our programming in any language, we try to maximize the register access, because the accessing of register is much faster than the accessing of memory. Registers are faster than memory. So, to get a optimized result or less execution time, we have to use register transfers. We have to maximize the register transfer, that will come under this lecture. So, how register transfer operation can be represented and what is the meaning of particular register transfer, that we will talk about in this lecture. So, let us have a quick review of all these register, MAR register, memory, address register used to hold the address which are generated by the control unit. MDR, memory data register, which is used to transfer or store the data from memory, and program counter, which is used to provide the address of next instruction or the instruction which is going to be executed, that address will be stored in program counter. IR is the instruction register. Once the instruction is fetched, that will be stored first in IR, and these are general purpose register. Programmers may use these register for their programming purpose. So, these all registers can be categorized in 4 types: the serial in, serial out category, the serial in, parallel out category, parallel in, serial out category, parallel in, parallel out category. So, in case of serial in, serial out, the input is taken to the register in a serial manner, and similarly the output is produced by this register in a serial manner. And in the second category, that is serial in, parallel out, it takes the input in serial number of bits and produce the output in parallel way. And in the third category, it takes the input in a parallel way and produce the output in a serial way. And in the last, it takes the input in a parallel n number of bits, all the n bits are taken as input and all the n bits are transferred as output in parallel way. So, let us have a symbolic representation of register. So, there are various various representations shown. In first case, general block diagram can be used to represent any register R1, and in case of second category, we can represent the register showing the individual bits, like here 1 0 1 dash 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 1 1. So, this representation can also be used to represent the register. We can also represent any register by numbering the bits, means index values can be given, or we can use the register in 2 ways, 2 halves, that is low byte and high byte, like in PC, like in program counter. So, in program counter there are 2 types of address bits, low byte and high byte. So, this can also be used to represent the register of type program counter. This particular representation shows the transformation of contents from R1 to R2. To show this transformation, we use this symbol arrow. This head shows the data is transferred towards the destination, that is R2. R2 will be a destination, and tail of this from where the data is transferred. For example, here it is R1. So, R1 is called as source register and R2 will be called as your destination register. So, in this particular case, in this transformation, actually we are copying the content from R1 to R2. So, after this transformation, the values of R2 will be updated. However, the original value of R1 will be same. For example, in this case, suppose in R1 register the value is 50, and initially in the R2 register the value was 10. So, after transformation of this data, the updated value of R2 will be 50. So, in both the register, the final value will be 50. So, this can be represented by this notation. The transformation can be represented by this notation. This transformation can also be represented in terms of block diagram, since in most of the transformation operation they are controlled by some flag value, by some conditional. They are controlled by by the control unit. All the transformation operations are controlled operations. That is why they are called as control transfer. They are not direct transfer, they are controlled transfer. So, how this can be controlled? For example, here if p equals to 1, then R2 R1 means the flag value or control value p is true. If the control value p is true, then only this transformation will take place. And the control function can be written as p colon R2 R1. So, this is the control function for this operation. So, let us see the block diagram of this operation. Here the control circuit is shown, which issue the control command, that is p equals to 1, and if it is true, then load signal is generated, which is connected or indicated to R2 for the transformation. Here this n shows all the n bits are transferred in a one or a single clock cycle. This clock is connected with R2 and R1. This clock shows this transformation is synchronized using this clock, means both the devices are synchronized using a common clock called CLK. So, this operation can be understood here if this signal or the control signal P is true, the load command is issued and this transformation from R1 to R2 will take place and all the n bits will be transferred in a single clock cycle. So, because as I said the transformation or the register access is very fast in comparison to other components like memory. So, this transformation will take place in a fractional interval of time. So, let us see the timing diagram for this transformation. Here the same operation is shown in timing diagram. This clock pulse is given and when condition is true, means when the control signal is true, the load command is issued. For example, here in case at time t equals to t, this signal is issued load. So, you can see in next clock cycle when it is going down. So, in a very less interval of time delta t, this transformation will take place. So, in a timing diagram it is very clear how much register transfers are fast, means register access is much registers are much faster than other components. So, during this interval of time delta t, the transformation actually take place. This is the timing diagram for the same example. So, in this various symbols can be used to represent register transfer operations. This table shows basic symbols which are used to represent various transformation or related to register transfer operations. The symbol, letter or and numerals are generally using to denote a register. An example of such category is MAR or R2, R1, R0. These are registers. So, letters and numerals are generally used to represent registers. This parenthesis basically is used to denote a part of register. For example, in this case R201. So, only few bits are to be transferred that can be represented using parenthesis in this case, or in case of PC high, PC low, parenthesis can be used. Next, arrow. This symbol arrow is used to or denotes transfer of information. This head of this arrow shows the direction of data transfer. So, this head is showing that R1 content is transferring to the R2 actually in actual we are transferring the copy of data from one register to another register, and from where it is transferred, that register is called as source register, and where it is transferred, that register is called as destination register. So, in this case R1 is the source register and R2 will be the destination register, and this arrow shows the direction of data transfer. Actually, we are copying the content of R1 to R2. The next symbol, that is comma, it shows the two micro operations or more micro operations in a single statement. For example, we can represent multiple transfer operations in a single statement by separating the comma. This comma is basically used to separate two micro operations. So, comma R1 to R2, comma R2 to R1. So, this is the general symbolic representation for register transfer. So, in assembly language notation, let us have some examples. Move location R1. It means we are transferring the content from some memory location to R1. We are transferring the or copying the content from some memory location to R1. So, in case of assembly language, the flow of data you can understand it is from left to right. However, in any general language, it can be interpreted as right to left, means we are transferring the content from memory location to R1, where memory location is the source and your R1 is destination, and this arrow represents the direction of data transfer. In next example, add R1 comma R2 comma R3. This can be interpreted as R3 equals to R1 plus R2. So, as I said, in assembly language, the direction is towards right, from left to right. However, in general in any programming language, it can be interpreted as R3 equals to R1 plus R2. So, what is happening in this case? There are two source registers. There are two operands required to perform this operation. We are actually performing the addition operation, addition of content of R2 with the content of R3 and storing the result. Sorry, we are actually adding the content of register R1 with the content of register R2 and storing the result in R3. So, R3 will be the destination and R1 and R2 are the two source register. So, operand 1 is stored in R1, operand 2 is stored in R2. So, in the ALU we need to connect these two registers R1 and R2. This is your ALU, and finally, the result will be stored in R3. This way you can interpret, or in actual this operation will be performed in this way. And after this operation, the content of R1 and R2 will remain same. However, the content of your destination will be changed. The content of destination, that is R3, will be updated. So, this way this register transfer operation will take place. So, in general we can define our system using set of registers and their transformation, or called as micro operations, and how these sequence of micro operations are generated by the control unit. So, through this way we can understand the whole system, and there is a dedicated or special symbols can be used to represent such type of operation, that is register transfer operations. We have seen various symbols or notations to represent register transfer, and we have also talked about various examples, and most of the operations are, most of the operations are control operation. So, let us have a one example. Of register transfer. So, multiple transfer operation can also be represented using this language. How this can be represented? So, in this case there are two control flags are used, or control signals are used for this. P is used to transfer, P control signal is used to control this operation, and Q is used to control this operation. How this operation can take place in the system? So, how will you write the control statement for this? In same way we can do this operation. So, if first statement, if P is true, so obviously Q will be false. In that case P Q dash, the transformation of R1 to R2 will take place. And in second case, else if Q is true, that means P is false, P dash Q, this operation will take place. Which one? R2, R3. So, multiple transformation between register can also be represented using this symbolic representation, this language. So, let us say quick recap of the whole lecture. So, we have talked about the specification of system using set of register, set of micro operations, and the sequence of micro operations which is generated by the control unit, and how these micro operations symbolically represented. We have also talked about the difference between register and memory, and seen where the register can be utilized and where the memory can be utilized, and what is the purpose of register and memory, how registers are faster than main memory and their types. We have also talked about various types of register and their functionality. These are given in this figure in the processor, for example, MAR, MDR, PC, IR and general purpose registers. These are specific registers designed for specific operations. And we have also talked about various categories of registers: serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, parallel in, parallel out. Then we have talked about how symbolically they can be represented. There are 4 ways, like first to show the register and showing individual bit, numbering of bits and partitioning of register. And one example of register transfer we have talked about, and this transfer operation can be shown source register and destination register. We have also talked about the control transfer, because in the system all the transformation operation are control transformation. So, the block diagram of this control transfer is shown here using some P signal, where P is the control signal, and if it is true, then only this transformation will take place, and the clock is used to synchronize this transformation, and all the n bits will be transferred in a single clock cycle or in a parallel way. Then we have also talked about the timing diagram of this control transfer, and we have seen that the transfer of data from one register to another register will take very small amount of time, which is shown here. You can see in this figure. When this load signal is going to be down, so during this interval of time only the transformation between register will take place. So, this simply reflects that how registers are faster than other component, how much register is fast. So, this is the timing diagram, and we have also talked about the control function, how this operation can be represented, that is P colon R2 R1. It means whenever P value is true, then only this operation of transformation operation will take place. In actual, the copy of the content of R1 will transfer to R2, or you can say after this transformation the value of R2 will be updated. However, the original value of R1 will be same, will remain same. Then we have talked about various symbols which are used in register transfer. Letters and numerals are used to represent registers like MAR, R2, R0, R1. Parentheses are basically used to represent the part of registers, for example, R2, 01, R2L, and this arrow basically used to represent the transformation direction from source to destination. These arrows, this arrow can be represented. Now, and the comma can be used to separate two micro operations. If multiple micro operations are to be given in a single statement, then how these micro operations can be separated? The comma is used for that. And we have also talked about various assembly language notations. In case of assembly language, the data transfer from left to right is represented. For example, move location of memory location to R1. It simply says we are transferring the content of some memory location to R1. So, this can be interpreted as R1 arrow memory location, where R1 is the destination and this is your source. And we have also seen some one arithmetic operation which is represented in assembly language, like add R1, R2, R3. This can be interpreted as R3 equals to R1 plus R2. It means there are two source registers R2 and R1, and there is one destination register, that is R3. So, finally, after this operation, the content of R3 will be updated. However, the content of R1 and R2 will remain same. So, this operation can be performed. And we have also talked about two control transfer in a single statement. That is, if P is true, then this transformation will take place, else if Q is true, then this transformation will take place. So, this can be represented like this. In first case, P was true, Q was false, then P Q dash, then R2 R1 to R2, and in second case, then where P is false and Q is true, then this transformation will take place. Thank you.